So it seems that Nintendo, for some reason, is not keen on having a traditional Direct in the summer without E3. An odd decision really, but at least they're giving us announcements on Twitter and YouTube. We got Kirby's Dream Buffet, the release date of Bayonetta 3, and some new DLC for Mario Strikers Battle League and Nintendo Switch Sports. And that was just these past 2 weeks. Chances are we're going to get more reveals in the near future, so we're going to sit down and have some fun today. Let's predict what these Twitter Direct announcements could be, in remembrance of the E3 Nintendo Direct that could have been. We're going to arrange these from the most likely announcements to the least likely ones that Nintendo's probably saving for a future Direct, or they're just not real. So let's start with an obvious one, that being the second wave of DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass. So there's going to be 6 waves of this Course Pass in total, right? Well, we've only had one so far, and I couldn't believe my ears when I heard that, because I could have sworn we covered 2 of those waves here on GameXplain, but I guess that's what I get for not paying attention. So we're still waiting on that second wave. The first wave released 4 months ago, so if they keep releasing these courses every 4 months, that lines up with the end of 2023, because that's how long this Booster Course Pass is going to last. We're going to keep getting waves of this DLC until the end of 2023. So it's likely that we'll see Wave 2 of the Booster Course Pass very soon. But now let's talk about Splatoon 3. This game's coming out in less than 2 months on September 9th. So Nintendo's been really generous. They've given us a lot of trailers over this past year, showing off Turf War, Salmon Run, but you know what will make us really excited for the game? A Splatoon 3 Direct. Yes, use this Direct to give us a more in-depth look on the weapons, outfits, and levels, tell us more about the single-player campaign, and let us know if any jellyfish wear shirts that say the F word. Yes, that's a real thing, look it up. Also, I'm pretty sure we're due for a global test fire soon. Any reason to play Splatoon 3 early is good enough for me. So bring on the Squid Kids. I want to see either a Splatoon 3 Direct or a Splatoon 3 global test fire, and who knows, maybe we'll see both. Now let's switch gears over to Nintendo Switch Online, more specifically the expansion pack that includes the Nintendo 64 games. So when this was initially announced, we got a lineup of games that will be released over time, but that ended with Pokemon Snap, so now we don't know what the upcoming lineup of Nintendo 64 games is going to be. Since then we got Pokemon Puzzle League, which just came out of the blue. We didn't even know this game was coming, so we kind of want to know more about what games to expect for the Nintendo 64 Switch Online expansion pack. Just a brief tease of what's to come. Maybe we'll see Banjo-Tooie. If GoldenEye's coming, we want to know. So Nintendo, maybe let us know through a tweet or a YouTube video, something like that. But now, let's talk about Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. Remember that game was supposed to come out on December 3rd, 2021, and then April 8th, 2022? And now we don't know when it's coming out at all? Yeah, that would be great to find out sooner rather than later. Of course, we know the reason why they delayed this game was because of the conflict in Ukraine, and the plot of the games is just a bit too similar to what's going on over there, so I understand why, but now we're really wondering when we'll finally be able to play that game. It's done, we know it's done, so when can we finally play it? A retailer seemingly leaked that the game will be launching on February 24th, 2023, and man, that is a significant delay, if true. But we don't know if it's true yet, so maybe that's a placeholder. We'll see. Hopefully Nintendo will announce something really soon. You know what else we want to hear about soon? That Super Mario Bros. Movie. Because if there's one thing I am tired of seeing on the internet, it's another article talking about how Chris Pratt's Mario voice is unlike anything you've ever heard in the Mushroom Kingdom or whatever. It's gotten to the point where I just want to see the darn movie or a trailer. Talk is cheap. Show us something, Universal or Nintendo. Given that the cast was announced during the September 2021 Nintendo Direct, it is likely that Nintendo is the one calling the shots on revealing info for the movie, so that means they could drop a trailer or teaser at any time on their socials. And I hope they do that soon because, if I have to read another one of those articles, mamma mia, I'm gonna lose it. Well, let's switch gears back to Nintendo Switch Online, because there has been another rumor that Game Boy and Game Boy Color games are coming to the service. So maybe an announcement of that in these coming weeks could make Nintendo Switch Online seem like a sweeter deal. Especially if they include my favorite Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, the Wario Land series. I love me some Wario Land 2 and 3, so give me those games on the Switch, Nintendo. I just want to play me some Wario Land. But let's move on to Mario Party Superstars. Remember that game? It's the highest rated Mario Party game on Metacritic, and we haven't played it in months because there's no new content in it. We are desperate for some DLC for this game. The closest we've had are patches, but that is not enough. We want more boards, more mini games, and even more characters. DLC like this would get us more excited to invite a few friends over and play some new Mario Party mini games with those new boards. Personally, I would love some more Mario Party 4 representation. I know it's not the best Mario Party game, but it is literally the only one I had for a long time. So give me some more Mario Party 4 content, baby. But you know what I really want to see? I want to wake up one morning and see that Nintendo uploaded a reveal trailer for the Metroid Prime remaster. Yes, I know a lot of you are probably groaning right now because the Metroid Prime remasters have been a rumor for a very long time, but if there is any time for Metroid Prime HD to come out, it is this year, because Metroid Prime is turning 20 in November, and according to industry insider Jeff Grubb, Metroid Prime HD is going to be the big holiday title for the Nintendo Switch. So if that's true and presumably coming out in November to line up with that 20th anniversary, that would mean Nintendo is probably going to announce it soon. This month even. They could wait until the next Nintendo Direct, sure, and that might be in September, but that would only leave it with 2 months of advertising. It's likely Metroid Prime HD could be announced at any moment, so I've been hitting refresh on Nintendo's YouTube channel, hoping it'll pop up. I'm not crazy, you are. But while we're on the topic of remasters, man oh man, it is baffling to me that the Switch has been out for 5 years and it still doesn't have Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. These games were on the Wii U, so theoretically it would be a really simple port job to bring them to the Nintendo Switch. But for some reason, they're not here yet. What's going on, Nintendo? Well, hopefully this year is going to finally be the year, and let's think about it too. Every year since 2013, Nintendo has been putting out a Zelda game. Whether that's an HD remaster, a remake, re-release, or spin-off, main title even, but we all know how often those come out. But we're 7 months into 2022, and there's still no Zelda game announced yet. Could it be that we're going to get either Wind Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD finally this year? Hopefully we do get both if we do, because those games are just too good to be stuck on the Wii U. But while we're talking about Zelda games, I know you all want me to talk about the sequel to The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Is it likely that we could see a trailer for that in these coming weeks? Sure, it's always likely, but something tells me Nintendo's probably going to wait until the next Nintendo Direct to spill some more details on that game. It's coming out spring 2023, we know that, assuming it doesn't get delayed yet again. But could you imagine if we got a new trailer during Nintendo's E3 2022 Nintendo Direct that did not happen? Oh man, the hype would just be immense. But it's safe to say we're not going to see anything of Breath of the Wild 2 until the next Nintendo Direct. But what about Metroid Prime 4? Because if they show off Metroid Prime HD this month, like I'm predicting they will, you'd think they want to show off a bit of a tease for Prime 4, right? We saw that with Twilight Princess HD, they showed off more Breath of the Wild along with that game's reveal, which was only like 13 seconds, but it was enough to tide us over. So yeah, maybe that is kind of likely, but again, when it comes to Metroid Prime 4, I'm just not holding my breath anymore. You just give me Metroid Prime HD this year and I will be a happy camper. But in case you forgot, the further we get into this list, the more we talk about the less likely announcements. So let's move on to F-Zero, as recently there was a rumor that Nintendo's working on some kind of F-Zero project. This was reported by industry insider Silex Hunter, who has been pretty accurate in the past. They said the day before the Bayonetta 3 trailer dropped that we would get a Bayonetta 3 trailer, so they're pretty reliable when it comes to this stuff, but they also said to keep your expectations in check. So what kind of F-Zero project is this going to be, assuming it's real? Is it going to be just a port of F-Zero GX or something? Or is it going to be like a small free-to-play eShop game? I'm sure whatever it is, F-Zero fans will be happy because those poor F-Zero fans have gone nearly 2 decades without any hope of F-Zero returning. But abandoning all hope is something Pikmin fans have been really good at these past 7 years, because Pikmin 4, the game Miyamoto said was almost done in 2015, is not out yet. Is it finally time we see Pikmin 4 in these coming weeks or in the next Nintendo Direct? never say never, man. We got that Pikmin 3 Switch port in 2020. Clearly Nintendo still has Pikmin on the brain, and they know we have Pikmin on the brain because of it. So maybe we can hope to see something this year, but I'm not expecting any Pikmin 4 game releasing this year. Maybe next year, or the year after that. But the final thing I want to talk about, and I'm shocked that it hasn't been talked about at all, because it was rumored last year, the Donkey Kong game that was rumored to be made by the Super Mario Odyssey team. Honestly, I'm just dying for something from that team, because it's been 5 years since Super Mario Odyssey, and many of us predicted that there was going to be a Super Mario Odyssey 2 released on the Switch, and that ship has sailed a very long time ago. So if the next best thing is going to be a Donkey Kong platformer, whether that be 2D or 3D, I am all for it. Could Nintendo shock us with a trailer in these coming weeks? Maybe. Could they shock us in the next September Direct? Also, maybe. But as it is, we don't even know if this game is real, but when there's smoke, there's fire. It is possible that these rumors are true, but you know what? Like most things on this list, we're just gonna have to wait and see. But those are a list of games that we want to see from Nintendo in these coming weeks, since they're being rather sporadic with their game announcements and reveals. I know for sure we're not going to see all of these, but I'm still going to pray for that Metroid Prime HD trailer. One of these days, hopefully we'll see it. But what do you think? Do you want to see anything else from Nintendo in these coming weeks? Let us know in the comments below, and check out the videos on the right for more topics you might be interested in. Until next time, bye.